Good day. I'd like to share with you some about my research paper, which I titled Christian Radio Comes to New York City Area in the 1920s. Radio was just being commercialized in the early 1920s. Lee DeForest, an innovator and later station owner, radio manager, invented the Audion tube, which made it possible for radio to be heard with some distinct clarity and with less static. An early proponent of radio, Hugo Gernsback, when asked about what's the future of radio, he said anything in big capital letters. He founded several magazines, including Radio Amateur News, Radio News, Broadcasting News, and was a big proponent and had a pioneering hand in station WJZ in New York City. New York City was the epitome of the Roaring '20s. Lots of economic activity, entertainment, 100,000 or more speakeasies. And in 1922, there were 8 radio stations established in New York City. Of the programming in these early years, only 4.3% of it was religious oriented. Most was entertainment, music, news, talk. The fundamentalist modernist controversy that we've studied certainly took to the radio. John Stratton, who was a minister at Calvary Baptist Church in New York City, promoted the fundamentalist viewpoint, and he said, when I shake the devil's tail in New York City, I want it to be heard all over the country on radio. The modernists, attacked, if you will, by S. Parks Cadman, who was a pastor of the Congregational Church in Brooklyn, and he promoted the modernist viewpoint, was pretty subtle, not aggressive. But in 1927, Harry Emerson Fosdick, who we've studied, was very aggressive in his radio programs. His sermons were on the radio in New York City every Sunday. Ministers had to alter their characteristics for radio. Their emotional appeals, their physical motions, all of those things had to be altered because you were not in front of a live audience. But one thing that the early sermons did is they passed local churches. So anyone who could buy airtime or could be sponsored or get free airtime, which was rare, could have a radio program and promote their opinions. In 1922, there were only 60,000 households that had a radio. By 1930, it was 12.1 million, and 40% of the country had radio. In 1926, NBC started in New York, 1927, CBS, and these made religious programs available all over the country. Regulation was pretty lax. In 1927, the Radio Act was passed by Congress under the leadership of the Department of Commerce Secretary Herbert Hoover. By 1929, there were 40 stations in New York City, plus the 2 powerful networks, and there was tremendous impact from radio. It made society much closer together, more intimate. It created a mass culture and a huge industry. And it provided the groundwork for 2 long-lasting programs. Bishop Sheen started the Catholic Hour in New York City in 1930, and Mayer, who we've studied before, started the Lutheran Hour in 1930. I hope you've enjoyed learning more about Christian radio in New York City.